video. Today we're going to be actually covering some news for the first time in, like, I don't know, 10 years probably. We're actually going to be covering something very, very exciting and interesting for the first time in, like, a long time on this channel. In terms of news and stuff like that, it's crazy what's happened in the recent times, and the only reason I haven't covered this is because I've had so many mixed thoughts and statements and information and screenshots and info. But I'm covering this now because I think cohesively I have everything pretty well covered. And also, Jake finally made like a live stream talking in depth about this for like probably at least 25 minutes. He talked about this entire ordeal, which is really important because when you're getting information from an official source who basically knows everything about this and is literally affiliated with the game and this entire thing, an ordeal itself, you know that I can cover this because I've got all the information on this now, and it's not like hearsay, they said this, they said this, they said this. So, yeah, so this is all coming from an official source, and I'm going to give you the rundown on how this happened. So, if you're not aware of the information, if you're not aware of the entire situation, to sum it up, duplication bug, a lot of people got banned. But we're going to go very, very detailed into this quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time, so let's just get right into it. So the first thing, this is the general timeline from the public, and then I'll get into the Jake timeline, where he explains everything through the live stream. So first thing is, the community became fired up on Instagram, and there's a bunch of information on Instagram and everything, in the Discord, etc., about expensive items being given away, thoughts of rollback and duplication glitch being up in the air. Nobody knows what was going on. Then Jake in the Discord, the same day I believe, or the day after, comments that everything is fine, there's no duplication glitch, some guy just had a bunch of stuff on his alt or something. So that was like immediately very weird because there was hundreds of platinum locks being distributed, hundreds of items, stacks of shards, which is very odd because there shouldn't be that many shards in the game. That's why people were suspecting duping. And then community goes in rampant confusion, with everybody arguing about quote-unquote fake screenshots, fake statements, this and this and this and this. And then finally, Jake streamed today or tomorrow, depending on how late this comes out for your guys' country, and then he cleared everything up. So here's the Jake timeline. Here's what actually happened, and everything went down. So basically, a small duplication bug occurred when you arranged your world in a certain way. So I don't actually know exactly what this means for Jake, but I assume that he just means like basically the world would have so much stuff going on in it, like so many entities and stuff going on, that it would cause such a big crash. So I don't think he actually means that like, oh, this soil block was placed in this specific coordinate and then there's a gold block placed here. I think he actually means that the world was arranged in a certain way to allow for the maximum amount of lag happening and the maximum of like crashing and stuff like that, like actually causing your game to crash. And basically this bug would cause some to lose items and some to gain items, but this was mostly used to gain items, obviously. And I actually remember this happening a few times over the course of Pixel World's history. Earliest this happening in 2017, I remember my world getting, I put some world locks in a chest and they just disappeared the next day, but some of my friends got their like items and their worlds duped and stuff like this. So this definitely has happened before. This is not a first. However, a intentional duping glitch has not happened before, unless you want to consider the August hack of 2017 a duping glitch, which it wasn't. It was like a direct hack into the game, so that's very, very different. But obviously this was a very, very big deal because it meant that the game was getting, a huge event happening to it, ruining the economy essentially right now. That's what was going to happen if this wasn't stopped, which I think it was mostly stopped. The economy's fine as far as I'm concerned right now. No rollback had to happen. Okay, no rollback. There is no rollback. There will be no rollback. That was just a rumor, I guess. So I think Red Rum or some GM got, publicized or something of Jake saying there will be a rollback or something, but there wasn't and there isn't. So that's a bit weird. But anyways, I guess moving on, this glitch was exploited tenfold, obviously. So, there's this small bug that ended up happening if you lagged your world so much and exploited tenfold. So if enough people join this world, specifically, and this world, I guess, had a bunch of laggy stuff in it, it would explode the servers. It would overload it, and they would crash. And it would rarely trigger a dupe, but they ended up crashing it so much that, of course, these rarities would become more commonplace just because of how often it was happening, I guess. And apparently it was only crashing and causing a duplication glitch because of a mistake in the code. So that's why they had to do so much maintenance over the course of the week, because they were trying to figure out what was actually the mistake that was causing the dupes. So more people later on repeatedly continued to bash the dev team, which also caused bans. So people got banned for various things. So overall, people were banned for exploiting the glitch, associating themselves with hackers, and bashing the dev team. And I think the only reason the bashers of the dev team got banned is because they were also associated with the hackers. So it's kind of a double there, but still, that's like another reason they were banned. And overall, Jake said he banned 200 players over the course of this entire event. 200, guys. That is insane. That is absolutely unheard of. In one day for 200 people to be banned. This is a huge event. So you're wondering, who's behind this? You know, what did this result in, etc., and stuff like this. So basically, an entire clan was banned as well, and that's what I want to talk about right now. So it was the Rave clan, and most players were banned for this reason in the clan itself. So he said, I think he said that the owner, co-leaders, elders, etc., and most of the players in this clan were banned, but not everybody was banned, and he ended up just disbanding the clan or something like that, or just not giving the clan to anyone. So I'm not exactly sure how that happened. But anyway, Rave, a very popular clan. I actually have one friend on my friends list who was in Rave or is in Rave, and I guess I don't know if he's banned or not yet. So hopefully I'm not banned because I'm associated with him, because he's on my friends list. So I would really hope I'm not banned for that. I'm sorry, Jake, for being on his friend being on my friends list. That came out really weird. But yeah, I don't know how that happened. I'd never suspected anything weird with him, especially with hacking. But I guess because he associated with the hackers, so I think it's not like the transitive property where it's like, because I'm friends with him and he associated with hackers, I associate with hackers. I think it's just if this specific person associated with them, he's banned. So because he probably wasn't hacking and he didn't actually have any direct impact on the hacks or the exploits or anything like that, he was banned. But just because I'm a friend of a friend of a friend, etc., 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 line, the line goes down and down. I was too far back in that, rope or line of associated with hackers that I don't get banned. So I'm like way too far back in that line. So I guess that's how that works, if you know what I mean. But basically, this guy named Mr. Moofies, who was a big cover-up for this entire event, he had been in the ranks in the clan, so I guess that's basically why this entire clan got investigated and got banned in the first place. And this was, I think, entirely started and he got basically into this whole duplication situation and glitch of a fit of rage because he found this dupe after getting his tormentor wings basically like scammed. But I'm not going to get into it because this is going to take so long to explain. But basically, Mr. Movies dropped his tormentor wings in this world, and then someone just took them. And it wasn't because of trust. It wasn't because he was just trying to give it to someone or something. He just dropped them for whatever reason, and someone took them. So that's totally fine. I don't think that anyone should have any sympathy for Moofies because he just dropped them for no reason. It's not like he was even scammed. But anyways, this was a bit messy to explain, but at the end of the day, so he became the broadhead of this entire hack and scam or whatever, and he got banned for 10 years. It's worth noting that Jake actually banned several people for 30 or 50 years, so he definitely wasn't the exact hacker that did all this or exploiter or whatever, because other people got bigger bans, but he definitely was very, very involved because some people got very, very little ban, some people got 10-year sentences, and he was one of the people that got 10-year sentences, so that's very interesting. Now, all this being said, how in the world was there no duping? Okay, what's happening? Why did Jake say there was no duping when I mentioned that in the video? Obviously, duping happened and people were banned. Like, how did this all happen? Jake famously said in the Discord that there wasn't. Even Ionis on his Instagram promoted this message of Jake saying that there's no dupe. And this was actually very interesting. This was all just a bait to get the hackers to feel safe by Jake. So this was all just a bait and switch. And they made it seem as though, Jake made it seem as though the hackers had gotten away with it and stuff like that. These ex-players. Again, I'm referring to them as hackers because I'm not exactly sure how to explain it because, you know, they're exploiting a bug, but also it's not supposed to be exploited that easily or something, and it's not supposed to result in duping, so it's kind of confusing to explain. I don't think they actually hacked the game itself. I think they just exploited, but whatever, you kind of know what I mean. But anyways, you know, he baited these people into continuously spreading this entire thing, roping more people into it, I guess, and he investigated them, got proof to ban them and stuff like that, and you know, that basically happened. So that entire thing was just a bait. But it caused a lot of confusion, which really sucks because it threw my mind into a whirlwind. I wanted to make a video on this, but I was just getting so much information. You know, this person tells me this, and then this person tells me, no, it's fake. This person tells me, no, it is real. And it's just so confusing because Jake threw this entire wrench into this entire thing. But it was real at the end of the day, so that's very interesting. Now, that's the end of that story. Actually pretty fun to talk about, pretty interesting thing that happened. But we're already at 11 minutes. I did not plan for this to happen, for this to be this long, but it kind of does need a very long explanation to explain. Now, the second thing is very, very cool, actually. The influencer program most likely will be bringing Earth and Zagora, you may know as fellow Pixel Worlds YouTubers. They may be becoming influencers soon, based on new statements by Jake on the live stream. Now, he said that this may not actually be accurate, so don't take this with a grain of salt, and I've talked about this whole influencer thing before with Earth, and obviously he's not an influencer yet, but he is close to 10K, so that would have been true anyways, but basically, the influencer program is becoming 10K as like a minimum subscriber count, it seems like, but for like the lenient community Pixel Worlds oriented channel whole ordeal thing, where he's like, we're more lenient. Like, if you have less subscribers, we'll give you influencer if you're, like, mostly Pixel Worlds oriented already or whatever. That whole thing, you know, these channels can become accepted at only 5K and 2K consistent views, which is very interesting. So, again, if this becomes true, and it is only 5K and 2K consistent views, you know, both Earth and Segura get way more than 2K consistent views, and they both have 9K subscribers. So, they would have been qualified for this whole, like, community Pixel Worlds oriented whole like special ordeal here. So, you know, if this is true, congratulations to Zagora and Earth for reaching this. If it's not true and it's actually like way raised, I hope you guys get there soon because 10K is not that far away for you guys. You'll need 1,000 more subscribers, which is really big. So, the last thing, I'm not going to get too into it. I think Jake just had like an image of some new art that they're going to have. So before I was like really confused on how they'd make the art for the cards and how they'd differentiate them. It looks like they're making them based on different mobs in the game. So based on the screenshot I saw, it was like there was like a flame flyer in a card and different mobs in the card. So that's kind of how they differentiate them. And I think different sets too, something like that. So that's basically how they make the different cards different and stuff like that. And that's, I think, all he shared until there's going to be a new devlog soon. So that's about it for this Pixel Worlds video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See you guys. Bye.